A buddy of mine hit me up a while back. Yo bro, I need your help. I think I just signed my publishing away. Now my first thought was, don't sign stuff you haven't read first. But then I thought about the fact that most artists freeze up when it comes to the business side. Like I've literally seen people's eyes glaze over when I mention a compulsory license. So I tell him to send me the agreement. He sends it over, I open it, and it was just a standard license for the use of his song on a major label album. Now the crisis was averted in that case, but it really just reminded me that artists need to be more savvy when it comes to the business side. You don't have to be a pro at it, but you should definitely have a working knowledge. And at the very least, make sure you read and understand any contract before you sign it. I get it, you're creative. You can't be bothered with paperwork and legalese. Well, if you can't, you better find somebody who can before you perpetuate the starving artist stereotype. See, the music business is just that, a business. It runs on contracts and negotiations and paperwork. Everything you hear on the radio or see on television has paperwork attached to it. And the way that licenses and contracts work, once you've signed it, it's legally binding. So if they sneak some language in there saying that they own your work and you sign it, guess what?
You just got caught.
So at the very minimum, read every agreement that comes your way. If you don't understand something, ask somebody. Now I preface all of this by saying, even though I've been working in the music industry for about 10 years, everything in this video is my opinion, and you should consult an attorney when reviewing any form of agreement. In short, don't try to sue me when you sign something that you have read, because guess what you'll get?
Nothing.
Now when it comes to licenses, there are several different types that you'll come across in the music industry, but these are the main ones: mechanical, DPD, and sync. Mechanical licenses are for the use of songs on physical audio products, such as CDs, vinyl, and even cassette tapes are making a comeback, sort of. DPD licenses, which stands for digital phonorecord delivery, are for the use of songs on digital audio product, such as album and single downloads on iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon. For mechanical and DPD licenses, the standard rate in the US is 9.1 cents per song up to 5 minutes. And for songs over 5 minutes, the rate is 1.75 cents per minute. This is known as the statutory rate, and it's set by Congress. Sometimes the party licensing it from you will try to negotiate a lower rate, and in some cases, if the co-writer is the artist, the label will want you to agree to the same rate the artist gets. The choice to accept this reduced rate or not is yours, but if you don't want to lose the placement, you can always accept it on a most favored nations basis. A most favored nations clause in an agreement means that if someone gets a higher rate than you automatically get that rate. Then we have synchronization licenses, which are for the use of songs in an audio-visual format. This is when a song is played in a movie, on a TV show, in a music video, anything that has music synced to a visual. Now while the rates for mechanical and DPD licenses are set by Congress, synchronization rates are negotiated. Sometimes it's a flat buyout, sometimes it's based on back-end residuals, and sometimes it's both. If you're a beginner, you may just get back-end royalties. If you're a heavy hitter and they really want the song, they'll pony up the money for it. It all depends on the type of project they're licensing for, its music budget, and what other music they're trying to get for it. Streaming licenses are also a thing, but I've never actually seen one. So if you come across any of these licenses, take the time to read through it. Most of them lay out what they are in the first paragraph, if not the header. And in a lot of cases, some of these smaller independent companies are using agreements that they found on the internet. And speaking of the internet, it is your friend. If there's a term in the agreement that you don't understand and you can't afford an attorney, Google it. This isn't me trying to simplify it or make you feel like an idiot for not understanding, because legalese is hard. I've been reading agreements on a daily basis for at least 6 years, and even I still get tripped up. But I cannot stress enough, if it's an agreement that you don't understand, get clarity on it. Not everybody is crooked in the music business, but again, that's exactly what it is, a business. If you walk into it blind, you will walk out robbed. Thanks for watching. I hope it was somewhat helpful. For those who have questions about the music industry, I'll be doing a Q&A video in a few weeks, so send your questions over. And above all else, never stop learning and growing.